Hey Taurus, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your first half of original reading here. So in the meditation, just the first thing that came to mind was fire, lots of fire. I heard a song that I don't know the name of. I'm not even completely sure who sings it, so help me out in the comments below, please. But it was a song that was like kerosene and matches, you and me, baby, or like kerosene and matches or something. I want to say it's like a country song, but it was kind of like maybe Miranda Lambert or someone similar, but it was like you and me, baby, or like kerosene and matches. It's a fun song. I just can't remember who it's by or exactly the lyrics, but that was the song that came through, so you can look it up if you want, to know. And then I was in the desert, and it's just a lot of heat going on. And then I saw this sort of source of fire, like this really like hot, like fiery blanket being cast out onto the sand in the middle of this desert. And it turned into like the best way I can think to describe it. It was like a square grid. Like imagine a blanket, right? And then imagine it being sectioned off like a quilt would be, so that each quilt square, instead of having cloth there, was a square made of fire. It was like that. And then I saw this life size, like the size of a horse, honey, like iguana, like walking through and stopping, like in front of this. It looked like a grid, a quilt made out of this fire, and then looking at it very intently. I gotta tell you, what I'm getting from this, I feel like we're kind of looking at your approach going into the new year. It feels like you have just, let's just briefly talk about the bull in the room, which is you, Taurus energy. You guys, you really thrive with conditions in which you get to set your own pace. Let's just call a thing a thing. The experience, you can't rush a Taurus. It's just folly. Nothing is more aggravating than like someone rushing them, right? It's another reason why, traditionally speaking, right, unless there are other elements in their charts that are really truly compatible, Tauruses and fire signs, for example, challenge each other, are different and challenging ways. If you think about like an Aries who's all about like, let's go get it done, like let's move forward, I'm fiery and feisty and I want this done yesterday. And then a Taurus who's like, no, but I need to set my own pace. And if you try to push me into your timeline, you're only going to meet resistance because I'm a bull, I'm a fixed sign, I'm stubborn, I ain't going anywhere. So if you can't get with what I need, then you are not a part of the team, honey, and you can see your way right on out. So what I'm getting with this is that you're coming through with a lot of that fire sign energy in relationship to how you're looking at the next year. I feel like you're coming out of, this month with energy, excitement, passion. You go, ooh, what could be, right? It's interesting, iguana energy are related to lizard energy, which is, those heat-seeking creatures that are cold-blooded, where, it's all about when to move, when to be still, and timing, right? So it's fascinating. It's about energy conservation. I feel like you have a certain amount of energy conservation that is growing. I can see you on a Pinterest board. I can see you journaling. I can see you making bullet points. I can see you dreaming. I can see you thinking about it, reading about it. All of these potentials for the year ahead. And the fact that it's coming across as fire, whatever this is, it is something that is exciting you. It's like the only thing that's going to make you move like a fire sign is your own damn self. What's exciting you. And that's how you're coming forward. And I really like it. This grid of squares, I feel like kind of the point of that is that you are literally gridding out like potentials for yourself in the next year. I want to do this. I want to be here. I want to try this. I want to look into this. And it feels very good. It feels very purposeful. It feels like you have all the best qualities of fire energy with none of the downside. So I'm here for it. Let's go ahead and see what your cards say. Hey, Taurus, let's go ahead and see what your animal energy is for the first half of it. 2 for 1. Well, I do declare. Oh, look at the bottom. Fire ant. Hello. Wow, interesting. So, okay. So we've got air energy here with the bat, and then we've got earth energy. You guys here is the lamb. So what's fascinating about this is that the bat relates to the death key in the tarot, which is about endings and beginnings, things needing to die away and reach their expiration date so that you have room to, have newness in your reality, whatever shape that may come in, whether it's relationship newness, work newness, what's driving you, what gives you passion newness. But it's about making room and understanding that cycles happen, they're a thing. And I kind of like this because I was feeling the end of this year and then going into a new one. So I feel like it's the ending of one year and the beginning of a new one. It's kind of harkening back to that. Also, this moon here as well speaks of that connection to your intuition, and then also imagining things into fruition, right? You're seeing things, you're being a visionary right now of your own map of potential. And that is incredibly powerful. Also a major arcana here, which is, fated, destined events. Then you have the Lamb energy here, one of my personal favorites. This is all about Page of Cups energy. This is about things that you do where you look up and the time has just flown, just like a child would. Whenever this comes along, it's like, hey, if we were to approach life like a child does, being in the present moment, right? Not being fixed in the past or focused on the future. If we're just in the present and we can notice, like, what do we really enjoy doing? Because that's the clue. I'm getting this for some of you too. Like, a lot of times what we were naturally drawn to as children is a clue as to what our soul purpose is as adults. So, for example, if you can think about your childhood, what were you naturally drawn to? You'll hear a lot of people talk about this. It's like, fashion designers, like, ever since I was a kid, I was always like, putting different outfits together and looking at how people dress, right? They're naturally drawn to it. Or me, if you're me as a kid, like, I was naturally drawn to everything esoteric. I was into the, tarot and ghosts and supernatural creatures. Like, from a very young age, I was fascinated by crystals, all of it. And that was a big hint as to what soul purpose was. Really, really go back to your childhood and think about that. What were you naturally drawn to? Not like what sports that your parents puts you in or what classes they had you. No, what were you naturally drawn to? There is a clue in that for you as to something that is going to make up part of the tapestry of next year in some way, shape, or form. Lamb energy is also about love, Christ consciousness love, that kind of level of unconditional love that is given and received that's coming through for you as well, which feels really beautiful. This can also denote having children in your life, whether they're your own or just children you're close to or children that you work with, that really inspire you. And it's so true. It's like having children in your life. It's a beautiful way to kind of look and see, like, wow, I could really adopt like your perspective on that. You know that saying, like, from the mouth of babes? It's because kids are so connected. They can see and feel things so very clearly because the world hasn't gotten its hands on them yet and they haven't adulted themselves out of what they inherently know to be true. And there's something in that for you. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, buddy. Hello. What is this? Oh, that's really intense. Look who's on the bottom here. King of Wands, like, coming in a blaze of fire. Like, hello. So we have the Three of Wands here. Fire coming up. I really love this. I love this for you because let's talk about the wands a little bit more. The wands are about the work that we love to do or about the relationships about which we're passionate, but it's about actions. It's about the actions that we do or don't take around it, right? It's movement forward. Wands connect us to our soul, right? That soul purpose. So Two of Wands. Let's talk about the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is planning and timing, dotting those I's, crossing those T's. It's the groundwork. It's building that foundation. Three of Wands, however, is about other people noticing what you're doing and wanting to help you improve upon it. It's about benefactors. It's about partnerships. It's about sponsorship. It's about new opportunities. It's about doing as much as you can on your own before this big other, next step comes along and says, hey, I'm into what you're doing. I want to be a part of it. Or, hey, I saw what you're doing. Would you join me on this? We'll do this together. Whatever that is, it's that upgrade moment. So I like how he's like on a ship here that's got holes in it. It's still a good ship, but it could use a little bit of work, but maybe he's run out of money. And then we have the big shiny ship over here who's got a captain who's about to retire. And it's like, hey, do you want to take over this boat? I like how you handled yourself in this storm. It's that kind of energy. But Three of Wands essentially is forward movement around work that you love to do. Here for it. With the support and help of others. Great. Really, really great. If anyone here has issues with patience, I think everybody does in some way, shape, or form, but some of us are a little bit more prone to be impatient. If you have issues with patience, you might be like me, where Two of Wands can be a bit frustrating. It's like you feel like you're stuck in a cycle. You feel like you've done all you can do. You don't know the next step forward. You just kind of feel like you're going on a loop. The Three of Wands can be a real breath of fresh air where it's like finally you're graduating to something else. Also, it's not lost on me that we're going into the year T3. And we're talking about a new cycle for you with the death energy there. Oh, hello, goodbye, hello, again. Page of Cups, interesting. Remember, we had that here with the Lamb, so I love that this is coming up for you again. Do you see how that's a heart in that cup? We're talking about connecting as a child would through that love-based energy. Fascinating. Yeah, that we already talked about this. This is about connecting to, you know, life and interests and what draws you like a child would. It's about what do you do when you look up and time has just flown by. Page of Cups energy is so beautiful because it's unencumbered by anything that's not of the highest purity. And what's of the highest purity? The heart, love. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. I do feel like there could be some moments here, and I feel like this could have been in the past as well. Some moments where you feel like you're choosing between your heart and your head, and you're being asked to kind of go, okay, you're going to choose with your heart and your head. How would a child choose? Think about a child that you love, and then think about if they were presented with the smart choice or the choice that they really wanted in their heart, which one would they go with? Something about that for you. Again, that fish they're representing, you know, fertility, children, flow, surrendering to the flow of spirit. It's really beautiful. Fish medicine also says that I align to what is mine when I embrace flow. Yes, ooh, buddy. This deck is crazy. I love it. Okay. The Hanged Man. Interesting one to end on. Ending on a major arcana here. So the Hanged Man, you know, traditionally this is about taking a time out to flip your perspective and see things from a different vantage point so that you have all the information that's available to you, so that you're able to come from a place of wisdom and knowing and not move forward too hastily and miss anything. Now, what's fascinating about this in this context as well is that this poor man is surrounded by rats. And rat is mouse energy, so I'll talk about mouse energy. Mouse energy is Two of Pentacles energy, but it's very much about being able to see things that other people can't. Mice can get in and out of places unseen if they desire. They can get in and out of places that most other mammal animals cannot. Interesting, no? So I feel like there's something about this that's asking you to open up your perspective to potentials and possibilities that might, like this guy, terrify you, right? But how open are you to getting out of your comfort zone and, you know, possibly forging roads that aren't as defined or unknown by you? But it feels like you're being led through spirit, like by spirit in this way. Follow your heart. There's no other way to say it. It's a cliche for a reason. It really is in this context. Follow your heart. If you find yourself getting in your own way or feeling overly cautious or doubtful or frustrated, assume the Hanged Man position. Take some time to really consider your perspective and how balanced it is, because usually when this is coming up in this way and I'm feeling this energy around it, sometimes fear can really get in our own way and impede our own progress. And there does, just like a fire sign, let's talk, because it was like very fire sign in your opening meditation. You know, there's shadow and light side to everything. But the best aspects of fire signs are that they don't overthink things, right? They just connect in with that instinct and they go for it. Like fortune favors the bold, that is fire signs in a nutshell. And you are being called, I feel like, to be a fire sign about whatever this is for you. Connected to your soul purpose and your own sense of, you know, I achieved something that felt good in soul and that I really love to do or I really love to be a part of. It feels really significant in that way. Let's get some advice. Ooh, look, I just pulled this to see what was on the top. It's the Hanged Man again. Interesting. Okay. Let's get some advice for Taurus. Advice for Taurus. It literally could not be better. Did I not see like lizard energy? I think that's actually, yeah, it's a salamander. lizard energy in your opening meditation with that iguana, and then I also like all the fire, and then you have Page of Wands as your advice. Guess what this means? This is about courage, having courage to start something new that you're really passionate about. Like, hello, couldn't be more plain. So the tagline for this is have courage. Have courage and move forward. Like, it's really stunning that it's coming up this way. I feel like it's a sapling energy, where it's a sapling and it has the potential to grow into something if you just, give it your time, your effort, your focus. And I feel like you're going into the new year with that. So it's like, keep that momentum going and just be conscious of anything that impedes your progress that's coming from you or your thoughts or your fears, okay? But you have all the support that you need around you. That's very clear. I'm picking up on, you have a good support system, whether this is friends, your family, your partner. You have a good support system, and it's okay to lean on them as well. And just say, can you help me assume the hanged man position and see this differently? Can you help me see a solution to something that I can't see? Can you help me think about how to find funding for this? Can you think about how to make more time for this? Can you help me out with the kids so that I have more time to work on this? Whatever this is for you, you can ask for help around this. I find that assuming the hangman position is best done when talking to other people. It's really very, very helpful. It's like, can you just offer me another perspective? Because I'm having trouble seeing beyond my own scope, right? Have courage. Fortune favors the bold. Amazing. Couldn't be better. Let's get, I'm feeling like this oracle. Is it an oracle? Get an oracle. What is that? Oracle for Taurus. Oh, ho, ho. Hey. Oh my gosh. Wow. I rejuvenate, self-love, purity, peacock, and the crown chakra. Did I not say that what is the purest thing? Love in the heart. Did I not say that? I love that it's coming forward for you in this way. The peacock energy is just one of those that is just so special and unique, and there's nothing better. All of those eyes on their feathers represent the third eye, represent seeing ourselves and others clearly and understanding that how we see others is a reflection of how we see ourselves. But this is also stepping into your own unique being and allowing yourself to be seen for who you are. This is about the inside, right? This is about your inner beauty and how that emanates externally. But this is also just really, truly about allowing yourself to be seen for the unique, beautiful person that you are in the limelight. It's really, really stunning. It's really, really stunning. This is also kind of a King of Cups energy, which is about emotional balance, emotional maturity. I do feel like for some of y'all, you have a King of Cups figure in your life, and that is coming through as your support system. There's no better than a King of Cups archetype to talk through a hanged man moment perspective shift with. And that doesn't have to be a man. It doesn't have to be a water sign, but it's someone coming through as the King of Cups that's here to help support you. So someone who's a King of Cups archetype is someone who's a fabulous listener, someone who holds space for you without trying to fix it right away, but does want to help, someone who, is able to balance what you're telling them with how they feel and what they know to be true, and hold both perspectives at the same time and considering both equally. So meaning they aren't know-it-alls and think that they know everything, right? They're open-minded, they're open-hearted, and they're generous of spirit. That's King of Cups. Responsible, reliable, dependable, right? All of that. So it's really beautiful, and I love that that's coming through for you. I rejuvenate. Why do I feel like that fire moving into the new year is a rejuvenation for you as well, especially with the death key? It's really, really beautiful. Beautiful. Rejuvenation by fire. That would be an interesting spa treatment. Okay. Beautiful Tauruses. I'm sending you so many blessings for your first half of November. I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, please do let me know in the comments below. I love, love, love reading your comments. With that being said, I think I have 2 or 3 spots left at the time of recording this of 3 year ahead personal readings. So if you would like to book in for one of those, the link is in the description box. They are going quite quickly. And yes, lastly, just thank you as always. Thank you so much for being here. And most of all, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.